What's been the global reaction so far on this?
Well, the global reaction has, of course, like everybody, just in the last 8 hours or so, kind of going through the full text of the law, because before this, we've just gotten bits and pieces, including the Hong Kong government just getting bits and pieces admitting that they had not seen the whole full draft of that law. But now we do have the full text, 18 pages, 66 different articles. And by most accounts, those that we've spoken to on both sides of the aisle, the pro-democracy camp and pro-establishment camp, both are indicating, yeah, you know, this law is tougher than they had thought. Michael Teen, he is the deputy, Hong Kong's deputy to the National People's Congress. He is also a LegCo member as well as the founder of the G2000 clothing chain. He just spoke to us within the last hour on Bloomberg TV. He calls it himself, even he's a pro-Beijing lawmaker. He says it's a tough law, and he says it's stronger than he thought, and he considers it a warning to Hong Kong. And he reiterated the words coming from the liaison office here in the Hong Kong-Macau Affairs Office as saying that it's a sword over Hong Kong, as a warning on those main 4 issues. If you violate the issues of subversion of state power, secession, terrorism, collusion with foreign powers, and then his estimation is that, well, then it is still just one country. Everything else, though, is still under the auspices of one country, 2 systems. So the main change is on those issues of national security and national defense. The law has changed here in Hong Kong.
Steve, as you went through the bill and the law, what stood out for you as some of the most consequential elements of it that are likely to have the most impact in Hong Kong?
Well, the big thing that everybody is trying to figure out is where and how will you cross the line in your criticism or in your activities on those 4 main issues, and what constitutes a crime. That is still not yet been adequately or definitely defined. So I think the legal profession is probably working extra hours right now to figure out where those people who do criticize the government and perhaps try, at least in interpretation, undermine the legitimacy of the Communist Party of China and its rule of Hong Kong, whether they are actually indeed breaking the law. And the fact that they're going to be setting up a law enforcement body here in Hong Kong, we knew that from the draft of the laws over the last couple of weeks. But we're also learning from the final text is that those officers, mainland officers based here, will have immunity from any wrongdoing, as well as the provisions indicate that they can have closed trials if it deals with state secrets. They can also, the Justice Secretary here can opt out of a jury trial, and also on sensitive issues that they could have a case extradited to the mainland. These are big concerns, as well as another one that there could be increased, and there will be increased management. Those are the words of news agencies, as well as foreign news agencies and foreign non-governmental organizations.
Yeah, Steve, 66 articles. It's more than a few pages, suffice to say, and it's really how this is applied. It's not even included here, of course, just the text. What's expected today, Steve?
Well, it is the 23rd anniversary of the handover, and in the building behind me at the Hong Kong Convention Center, within the last hour or so, we did have Carrie Lam giving a toast and raising the flag and basically saying a few comments about how this will bring about stability in Hong Kong. I'll just paraphrase a little bit. She says, "I am confident that after this implementation of the law," which, by the way, it already has been implemented as of the promulgation at 11 o'clock last night. She says the social unrest which has troubled Hong Kong people for nearly a year will be eased and stability will be restored. However, there are words that the protest camp will be marching today in some form or demonstrating in some form. It has been tradition for the last 17 years to demonstrate on July 1st. We don't know to what extent that will happen today because the application for a march was denied by the police.